And heating up next, Bryant Perrella against Breidis Prescott, scheduled for 8 rounds in this welterweight bout. Prescott's a big puncher, likes to really fight and work his way to opponents. In fact, the upset against Amir Khan was terrific. He also fought Terrence Crawford, outstanding, but beating Khan in a huge upset back in 2008. So let's go to the ring and our Ray Flores. We'll get to Ray in just a moment. Ray Mancini sizing up these two fighters.
I think it's a great matchup tonight.
Well, look,
and
a guy who's a little bit younger
as
well. With Bryant Perrella, but Breidis Prescott, he's got great experience. He's been there with some of the best. Knocked out Amir Khan. So I'm excited to see this matchup tonight. This is a great one.
Yeah, I mean, Breidis Prescott has been around for a long time. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of fights. In one time, was a very big, very good potential. He was contender for a long time. Now I think he's on the downside of his career, but a great name to have on, and very dangerous guy still.
Not only is it a great matchup on paper, but both these guys, they like to let their hands go. They got knockout power, so this is going to be an exciting fight. I'm excited to see this go, Ray.
Well, later on tonight on FS1, you'll see the main event, the WBC Super Middleweight Championship, when Anthony Durrell from Flint, Michigan takes on Avni Yildirim. Right now, we've had early finishes in the fight. Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. 8 rounds in the welterweight division, presented by MGM Resorts and Brooklyn Boxing. Your 3 judges scoring this bout will be Kyle Sheely, Tim Taggart, and Ludi Webster. Your referee in charge when the bell sounds, Gary Mizwan. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes in wearing the black and the white. Weighing in officially at 145 1/2 pounds. His record, 31 wins, 22 of those coming by way of knockout against 15 losses. Fighting out of Barranquilla, Colombia. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Breidis Conqueror Prescott. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He comes in wearing the black trunks trimmed with the red. Weighing in officially at already 145 3/4 pounds. His record, 15 wins, 13 of those coming by way of knockout against 2 losses. Joining us from Fort Myers, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bryant Goodfella Perrella.
Not only is he a southpaw, but he's an athletic fighter. He's got good legs, good speed, good defense. But Prescott, you know, hard to beat experience.
Yeah, you got a 35-year-old against a 29-year-old, and you know, Perrella went to Vegas without a fight, just there to work out, work in the gym, to be around those in the business. Some thought he had a fight lined up. It helped him. Out of Fort Myers, Florida. 6 of his 13 knockouts have come in the opening round.
You know, Chris, one of the things I say all the time is you're going to come out, you're going to establish your generalship and centering right from the jump. And that's what Perrella has done. For an old warhorse like Breidis, he's got to step over, man. He's got to make him let him know he's there.
Perrella was up against the ropes here. Prescott not allowing Perrella.
I like to see Perrella how he's going down to the body early too. Some fighters, you know, during the fill-out process, good straight left down the pipe as well. But yeah, during the filling out process, some fighters, you know, they're a little weary of going to the body early. I like to see that. With a good straight left down the pipe. Perrella.
But see, with excuse me, Prescott's doing right now is doing what Angelo Dundee used to say, ring around the rosy. Instead of cutting him off, he's just following him. And that's the worst thing you could do against a southpaw, follow him.
That punch missed. Of course, Angelo Dundee, the great trainer who worked with many, including the greatest Muhammad Ali.
Hard stitching down the pipe by Bryant Perrella. He's setting a good pace early. That's something he talked to us about fighter meetings, as well as, you know, setting his pace, fighting the pace that he wants, not getting caught up in getting dragged in anything by his opponent. So,
yeah, his coach or manager said he was coachable, and they wanted to work on handling rounds. Explain to our audience what that means, handling rounds.
Well, what he's trying to do is you win each round. You know, each round is a separate fight.
So take it like it's a different chapter in a book. Each one at a time.
Exactly. You win each round as you go along, and as you get rid of those chapters, and the next thing you know, you finish the book, and then you win the fight.
As my father always tells me, you win the exchanges, then you win the rounds. You win the rounds, you win the fight.
You win the fight. And his main prep was number of rounds for this fight, according to those at his corner. That's a great jab that we have in his corner, so we haven't really seen enough of that yet, but maybe we'll see that jab tonight.
What I really like about what Perella's doing is creating space, you know, with the jabs.
And the end of the opening round, Breidis Prescott and Bryant Perrella scheduled for 8. We have a nice selection here. We got from The Godfather. We got a little Vegas thing. I'm just the average guy in a suit, hanging out with
Sinatra right now. Sinatra.
There you go, Sinatra.
Oh yeah,
that's always good. They have great music in between the rounds here, by the way, at the Armory in Minneapolis. As we begin round 2, what do you think of round 1? You say Perrella really took advantage and set the tone early, even though it wasn't dominant.
No, but
clear enough.
Exactly. He's doing what a southpaw's supposed to do. He's down. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. You whack and roll, you slow him down a little bit.
Yep.
You apologize, but you slow him down.
And that right from Prescott did.
Seems like Prescott's has been off to a slow start, but he's slowly, you know, picking up his offense, using his jab more, going down to the body. So maybe with his age, this is taking him a little longer to warm up.
Well, you can see Perella's very comfortable in it right now. You know, he's moving good.
He's got his gloves low there. I'm surprised he's not. It looks like he got marked up a little over that left eye.
See, stepping around, good move. But I wouldn't keep my hands down against Prescott. Too low.
Too low. Prescott with a 72-inch reach. Two lanky fighters here. Left and a right, but nothing landed solidly from Perrella. Perrella in the all black trunks, black and white for Prescott.
I like how Perella's using his
good straight left.
You know, he's punching up top, he's punching to the body, he's mixing it up very well. He's not just head hunting, which in boxing that's used as a term for people who just, you know, they solely hit to the head. They're not working up and down. So I like to see a young fighter like himself, you know, working to the body, working to the head, going up and down. It's nice. It's a good way to land your big shots.
I tell you, Caleb, I'm very impressed with Perrella at this point. Really, he moves well, punches, you know, in combinations, he moves out. I'm impressed. Fighting a tough guy, good experienced guy in front of him, so it's not going to be an easy fight. He's beating him the easiest way.
Yeah, you better be careful. Prescott's got 22 knockouts, but he lets those gloves go. Oh, there's a miss from Prescott.
More good body work by Perrella.
Showing good ring generalship there, side to side, both ways. Crisp punches, keeping his distance. So far, so good.
Perrella has lost his 2 of 17 fights professionally. Won his first 14 fights and dropped 2 of his last 3. A 10-round majority decision. One judge had a draw. That was his loss. Luis Collazo. That fight the longest of his career at 10 rounds. This one scheduled for 8. After 2, that's where we stand in Minneapolis. Perrella and Prescott. First 2 rounds likely in control as he stares in at Breidis Prescott.
hoping to see Prescott come out this round and do something different. Add some feints in, keep attacking the body, try and take some momentum and some control back of what Bryant's already built up.
I see Perrella do something very good. He stabbed to the body, stabbed to the body. What he's trying to do is get Prescott to drop that left hand, and he'll slip a straight left over the top of it. Smart move. Good veteran move.
A right body shot, and there's an exchange. Get the crowd going here.
Seems like Prescott's slowly warming up. So, like you said, Bryant, he's going to have to keep his defense tight, especially on the way out when you're pulling out. You got to pull out with some type of defense, whether it's your hands up or using some type of head movement.
See, you got to keep stabbing to the body, stabbing to the body with that right, straight right hand.
And landed. The left got the sweat flag off of the face of Prescott. A body shot by Prescott, and he's got Perrella in the ropes.
He's got to get his hands up.
Landed a left inside.
Seems like Prescott is inching closer and closer as the rounds go on.
Yeah, it seemed kind of like Prescott had a plan a little bit here. Even though he may have had off a bit of a slow start in the first couple of rounds.
And it could be game plan, it could be age, it could be a mixture of both. You know, him just starting out slow. He knows he's got a young fighter in front of him. He may have to give up a few rounds in the beginning because of his boxing skill and athletic ability. Knowing that on the back half of the fight, he'll be able to inch closer and closer, hopefully land some big shots.
But I like Perrella what he's doing. He's controlling his fight. He's got everything on ring generalship. You know, he's letting him he's setting traps for him. He's setting traps, and I think he's going to go back later and see if them traps caught.
And the judges who score this look at ring generalship, they look at defense, they look at the effectiveness of punches, clean punches, part of the way they score it.
And I think that's what a lot of, sometimes fans can
Nice right.
misunderstand at home. It's not the guy who's just coming forward throwing the most punches. It has to be effective aggression. Who's not only throwing more, but who's landing more, who's more accurate, who's sharper, who's got better footwork, better defense, and who's controlling the action.
A lot of aspects. You saw good balance. Equipoise from Bryant Perrella. Working it into the ropes. The right sets him up. He misses with the left. Does Prescott.
Prescott's never going to so he keeps allowing the move to his left. He's got to step over, move him to his right. He's got to step over and push him to his left. He's got to control this fight right now.
Definitely. Even though Prescott is inching forward, starting to take back some momentum, Bryant's still the main general. Changing angles.
Body shot. There's an exchange.
Punch it to the head, punch it to the body. So it's hard to keep up with someone who's doing that.
What's Perrella doing there with his gloves?
Seems like he's trying to sucker him in, maybe to counter him with a good shot or something.
And this welterweight bout. Marcos Villegas, our boxing consultant, and scoring this fight unofficially ringside with us. And Marcos, how do you see it so far?
All right, Chris, I got it 3-0. Bryant Perrella is using an excellent jab to set up not only points scored from the jab, but also power punches that are landing clearly on Breidis Prescott. Even though that round 3, he's getting into the groove of things, but I still gave it to Bryant.
All right, Caleb Plant, your thoughts on that? Keep those shots above the body. You see Perrella as the guy that's won all 3 so far?
Absolutely, yeah. He's off to a good start, a great start actually, good rhythm, setting the pace well like he wanted, but he's going to have to be able to hold that ring generalship through the rest of these 4 or 5 rounds.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's controlling the fight so far.
That left looked like it landed Ray on the
slightly stumbled Prescott.
It was actually a right uppercut. Right uppercut he caught between. Like he's taking angles.
Oh, Prescott going at Perrella.
Well, he's got to go. He's got to do something to go for broke. He's got to make something change the pace of the fight right now.
Absolutely. If he sits on the outside and just tries to box and play tit for tat with the younger, more athletic fighter, the thicker fighter, the longer fighter, it's going to be could be a short night, could be a long night. Either one. He's got to go for broke like Nancy said, and go for a big punch.
Perrella has Prescott up against the ropes.
Perrella keeps his composure. Keep boxing like he's doing. He's gonna win in the decision, or he'll stop him late because he's catching him with some strong punches, solid punches. Keeping his hands up nice like there. Don't get careless.
In round 4, have not had a knockdown.
So right now, Perrella's trying to keeping his hands down. He's trying to make Prescott do what he just did, throw them wide punches and then
open him up and
that's right.
Move in.
He's just missing him now, but as the rounds go on, he's going to get closer and catch Prescott with a counter punch and either drop him, cut him, or something. But he'll hurt him with it. See, he's got that jab hook into the body, to the head. That's, he's trying to make Prescott make a move.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to leave himself open.
For the viewers at home, sometimes when a guy's sitting on the outside with his hands down, he's not just sitting there with his hands down. He's actually setting a trap, hoping, leaving that opening at a certain time, in a certain place, something that his opponent will go for it. That way he knows exactly what's coming and he can counter.
We are halfway through this welterweight bout.
He's known what they call un caballo viejo, an old horse.
Like that,
Is that right?
Is that what that means?
That's what that means. He got the type of legs to get in and out. He got the young legs like Perrella.
He doesn't have the young legs he once had.
He's only got to go 8 rounds, 4 more, or 3+. We're in round 5. Perrella seemingly in control of this fight.
But Prescott still got that big punch, and he's trying to size him up with it. As long as Perrella don't get careless, don't go in a straight line. Don't go come forward and back in a straight line.
Oh, and aggressive.
This side.
Perrella moving in aggressively. He's got Prescott in a corner here. And he turns on him. Prescott turns it around. He can move in and put Perrella in the corner instead. Perrella dances away.
Oh, good shot. That's
a great job.
Miss from Prescott.
And he's dragging his punches now. Fatigue's setting in. Age is setting in. He's got the young guy in front of him, giving him angles, inches, and angles. He's just throwing bombs because that's all he could do is hope to catch him.
So it's not so much just the 6-year difference, it's the age of a guy in his 20s versus a guy in his 30s.
Well, it's that, but it's also, just the dimensions of Bryant Perrella. He's not just one-dimensional. He's moving left, he's moving right, he's fighting with his hands up, he's fighting with his hands down, he's throwing head shots, he's throwing body shots, he's mixing up his combinations well. He's mixing up the speed of his punches. It's going to be hard to time someone like that.
A guy like Prescott, you hit the heavy bag, you look great on the heavy bag, hey, he can still fight. I'm not saying he can't fight, he's still putting on a hell of a show right now. Doesn't mean he won't catch him with a big punch. But, right now he's a little slow. He's a step behind with his punches, dragging his punches a little bit. That's age, that's old veteran, too many fights. They catch up to you eventually.
Just hasn't landed that much. You look at the punches landed, more than 90 for Perrella, under 20 for Prescott on the percentage.
A young man's sport, so they say.
Ray, Mancini, he goes back to when they were fighting on the Mayflower. He's been around. I care, that. Oh,
They've been around since the beginning of life.
That's right. The early Stone Age.
Now that's just going to keep moving, just like he just did. Slide out of the way. Don't go in the line of fire of Prescott's punches. Just keep sliding to your right. Keep sliding. Can't stand here for that punch. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's the only shot Prescott is landing a punch like that.
They landed that one. Have to admire the energy of Perrella, but at times leaving himself open. Can Breidis Prescott take advantage? And as we wind down round 5, a big miss uppercut underneath from Prescott. 9 years he's been a pro. Jamal James, a 24-1 record. We'll see him coming up later on FS1 against Ader Gonzalez. And the corner trying to pump up Prescott. Ray and Caleb, as if to tell him, hey, you're losing this fight. You're going to have to do something to change the direction.
See, right now, Perrella was doing everything he's supposed to do. Movement, giving this guy all kind of problems. Yeah, Prescott's got to throw that big punches. He's got to try to land a big punch. But if Perrella doesn't get careless, stays on his bicycle, box smart like he's been doing, he'll eventually stop this guy or win a unanimous decision.
The marked up face of Bryant Perrella, who is winning this fight, at least on the unofficial scorecard, against the senior Breidis Prescott.
sometimes you start beating a guy at a certain level and they mentally check out. You can tell they don't want to be in there anymore. I don't think Bryant Prescott is quite there yet. So Bryant Perrella, he's going to definitely have to.
Prescott's trying to land that big punch over the top. Trying to land that big left hook is what you do against the southpaw.
And you're right, Caleb. You go in thinking, I'm going to take care of this guy early, but he hangs around, he hangs in there. He's tougher than maybe you thought he would be. That does change maybe your approach in the later rounds here.
Yeah, you got to stay mentally locked in. You can't start to relax maybe because of how much you're hitting or how easy you're hitting him. Especially with a big puncher like Prescott, you got to stay zoned in until that final bell or until you get him out of there.
What I do like about what Perella's doing is he's bobbing and weaving up and down, changing the height, keeping this guy guessing.
And he said sparring was really important for him. You gain confidence from your sparring. He sparred with Keith Thurman, so that'll give you confidence.
Absolutely, and as they said in the fighting meetings, they came out to Vegas not even because they had a fight coming up, but just because they wanted to get new looks, new sparring, and so that Bryant could show himself that he really belongs here tonight. He's proven that.
That's the only way you get better. That's why you can become the fighter you want to become, is by fighting, sparring against better opponents, top quality contenders, guys like Keith Thurman.
30 seconds to go, round 6 of 8 in this welterweight bout, live on FS2. Does Prescott have that one big punch? Because you can see those landed in favor of Perrella, weighted heavily.
See right there, simple movement, head movement, slide to the right, throw Prescott off. Perrella keeps doing it.
Prescott's inching forward, though. He's, as I said before, he hasn't checked out mentally until he's still engaged and looking for big shots. So he's going to have to stay on the sharp.
And for Prescott, he is no stranger to lengthy fights. He's gone 10 rounds or longer on 14 occasions. Here we're just scheduled for 8. He has hung in there, although on our unofficial scorecard, it's every round going to Peralta, but the last round may be the closest in terms of Prescott hanging in there. And cleaning up the campus, here we go.
This is exactly what Perrella wants. This is the tempo of fight he wants. He's controlling the fight. He can be controlling most of the fight anyway. But keep it at this pace. Stab it to the body, slow the punch rate of Prescott. That's exactly what he wants.
And he's fighting, Prescott's fighting that exact fight. A fight that's not too fast, not too wild, not too crazy. If he's going to want to take back any kind of momentum in this fight, he's going to have to start, roughing him up, getting him on the ropes, making him uncomfortable. If he continues to go at this pace, then, he's just going to ride it out until Bryant gets his hand raised.
Yeah, I give Perrella credit for not just sitting back and saying, I've won this fight. He's still...
He wants to win clear.
Exactly.
He never checked him.
What's this? You make him fight at a younger pace than he wants to. That's what Perella's been doing.
That stings right there. And it looked like he worked out between the gloves. Still jabbing with the right. A response from Prescott. And that left may have landed, but didn't seem to have a severe impact on Perrella.
This is the round before the last round. This is one of the most important rounds. You want to press the judges, you want to press your opponent. You want to take everything you can out of him.
Do you think that Perrella thought he would be here in round 7 of 8? Or do you think he would have had this decided by now?
I think he knew going in that Prescott was a tough guy. He's got a lot of experience. He's been there with some of the best in the world. So, I'm not sure if Bryant thought that he would get him out of there early. But it's his night tonight. He's doing great.
Yeah, because I mentioned earlier that 6 of his 13 knockouts came in the first round. No such luck against Prescott tonight.
Early in my career, I was knocking a lot of guys out early. I fought a guy, a Mexican guy. I dropped him in the 4th round. He got up, he laughed. I said, okay, we're going to distance. You beat him the easiest way you can. That's all. So that's what Perella's doing.
And you won that fight.
I won that fight.
Okay.
You don't get careless. You know, don't go try to go crazy for a knockout. Just beat him the easiest way. And that's what he's doing.
Stepping back on one foot and dancing away is Perrella. Ever since he got out of that good fella outfit, has looked more serious as a fighter. I'm not judging. I'm just observing.
Hey, one of the best things, that good fella Perrella. That's right. They've got flavor to it, man.
He's backing up the
Dr. Seuss ringside here. He nearly made the U.S. Olympic team back in 2012, but he lost to Errol Spence Jr. in the finals of the trials. So that's impressive. A lefty from Fort Myers, Florida, going up against Prescott, who's from Colombia but now lives in Miami.
So is this for the Battle of Florida?
I guess so. A right that misses from Prescott. So is a knockout the only thing that will win this fight for Breidis Prescott?
Yes, it's the only shot he's got. You know, and like I said, if Prescott, I mean, Perrella just keeps boxing away, he's boxing, be smart. But, you know, he may want to close out the show. And I love that about a fighter. Close it out. If you see the opening, try to do what you can to get him out of there.
So far, Bryant Perella's night all the way from round 1 to now round 8. If Prescott wants any type of hope, he's going to have to quit standing in front of him and looking at him and looking to set up his shots. That opportunity's not going to come. It hasn't come this far. It's not going to come, you know, with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. He's got to pick it up. He's got to start winging punches, and you know, he's got to knock Bryant out.
He knows it. So does Bryant Perrella.
Like again, I said, he's an old horse. He's got a lot of experience. Punches are a little too slow for Perrella at this point. Perrella keeps doing what he's doing. Be smart. Just beat him the easiest way. And he's doing that right now.
Prescott has not recorded a knockout since 2016. That's a stretch of 8 fights. He needs one here.
If he's going to do it, he's got to use the left hook, which he was doing earlier. And he was catching Perrella with that left hook. I'm not saying he's going to knock him out with it, but that's the punch. If he's got a shot to slow him down or take him out or hurt him, it's going to be the left hook, not the right hand. Perella's too quick, and he's moving away from that right hand.
Yeah, Perrella talked a lot about learning from that 10-round majority loss to former WBA welterweight champ Luis Calaza back in 2018, August of 2018 in New York. That fight, the longest of his career in 10 rounds. He said he had to learn more from that in terms of pacing in a fight.
That would have been an interesting fight because Calaza was a southpaw also.
Oh, he goes down. And a slip. I saw the right hand for Prescott, but quickly the referee pointed out the feet, one foot over the other, and that was a slip, so not a knockdown.
When you have a right-handed fighter like Prescott, who has his right hand back, and a left-handed fighter like Bryant Perrella, who has his left hand back, if you look at their feet, their front feet are right next to each other, and sometimes it's easy to get tripped up like that. You see their front feet keep getting close to each other.
I'm surprised that's happened. That's more this fight.
But it's a really good point that we often don't get to see that their feet again nearly touch this. But Perrella was quick to bounce up. Scheduled for 8. We're going 8. Bryant Perrella and Breidis Prescott. He thinks he's got it. We'll find out in a moment. Flores is in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judges at ringside, Ludi Webster and Tim Taggart have it 79-73, and Kyle Sheely scores it 78-74 for your winner by unanimous decision, Bryant "Goodfella"